All right, welcome to the first episode of The Late Show with T and J, where we end off the rest of the day with a nice cup of tea, usually rolled up J, and just relax, talk about the day's events, how we've been doing, general kicking it. Let's get into it. What's going on, Tanner? What you doing today?
Man, I'm tired, but I'm doing good. Yeah. How about you, bro?
I'm doing all right. Got my hair did up, man.
Yeah, I remember I got the Snapchat. You were really feeling yourself.
I am, man. I'm out here locked up.
I mean, yeah. I'll admit you got better than what I got going on. It's just the average cowlick that I always do.
A slick comber.
All right.
I have two cats where we are filming, and they will pop in the screen from time to time. That's what's gonna happen.
All right. So let's get this going. Let's go. I know you said this is going to be kind of about what the day was like for us, but I feel like I want to take it back. So there's a little bit of context into our little back and forth that we have in our relationship. You know,
Let's talk about the history.
yeah, where it all started.
Mm-hmm.
So you go. Where you go? Actually, no. Sorry, hold on. Let me cut you off there.
Okay.
We hated each other.
What we
Right.
not gonna do?
So freshman year, us meeting, go.
You were the worst person on earth. Still are. To this day. To this day.
That's all right. Okay, go. Go into detail. Like, why?
All right. So when we first met, our dynamic was, well, all right. You came in with racial banter off top.
It was
And
Spitfire. It was
after dealing with that all throughout high school, I was like, nah, I'm coming into college. I'm a changed person. I'm coming back. So we had a lot of back and forth where I'm not proud of some of the comments I have made. I'm a changed man now. But hey, you came in with fire, so I had to come back. And then down the line, we, continued to hang out. We had our group of friends where we were still amicable. We were taking shots, but we were amicable.
Yeah.
We go out, drink and whatever. But there was one night in particular that I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. Me, you, coming back from Burstone dorms, UC, with our friend Dan. Dan drank too much that night.
He did power hour with beer.
He drank too much that night.
And that's a big boy to help get. That's a long walk back.
It was.
Dodging
And we had to
traffic,
take
too.
a couple stops, and through all that walking, we were talking, and come to find out, we were a lot more similar than we led on to believe. Then we sat outside that hospital, right across from campus.
The bench was straight across. There was the road. The road.
Mm-hmm.
And right across was Friendly's, Burstone, and the hospital was to the right of it.
Yo, and then, it's how late?
It was late and it was cold. It was like,
We were out there.
I think it was October.
Yeah. We had like a solid month and a half of like back and forth because it was before my birthday that we had that.
Mm-hmm.
And once that we had that conversation, things changed. Like a lot.
Yeah, you came over for Thanksgiving break.
Yeah. Yep.
And that just kind of elevated the process.
I met your family, and you all took me in, your mom more so than anything.
You're like, wait.
Andy, I love you. The sweetest person, I swear.
And you're the saint.
But yeah, from really that point, we kind of just our group hung out. We kept hanging out late at night, you know.
Yeah, and that really got worse because
like 4 or 5 in the morning. Yeah, we're gonna go to breakfast, go to class.
Never went
to breakfast or class.
Bro, my first semester at UC was such a bad semester GPA wise.
Oh, bro,
my highest grade was a C. And that was in theater.
Yeah. I was right there with you.
I feel like, because like I said, it wasn't just late night. It was late night into the early mornings of just watching fucking Dragon Ball from the beginning, going on binge watches, and then watching it over again after you finish it.
Yup. Dude, we stayed up so much. Because this was every day. But that breakfast, once we hit it, it was kicking, though.
Yeah. All right, hold on. Let's talk about that breakfast, though. Because, listen.
Okay.
I didn't have a solid shit for like 4 months.
No. Guaranteed. No. The chicken things were the worst about it, though.
They definitely had some sort of laxatives in there, or whatever they.
Yeah. Man, I ain't have a solid from my entire first semester. I did not have a solid one at all.
Yeah. See, I was there early because Matt and I were there early for soccer.
Yup.
We were in the dorms early, so we were getting some breakfast and whatnot. Before everybody, man, that first week, I was. How was my butt? It was like.
You not make the sound.
It was just. It was like a sprinkler almost.
Oh. Anyway.
It was an adjustment period, all right? Like.
Facts.
A real adjustment period. I know that's oversharing, but like.
Way too much. We haven't even built our base yet. You went full.
That might kick a little people off. I'm like, I don't want to hear that.
Guys, it'll get better. No, but from there, you know, we kept hanging out. Where things really kicked off, though, was the summer of 2010. You want to start that one off?
So, all right. Yeah. So
that starts with you.
So you didn't go back the second semester either, right? No,
I broke my arm.
Yeah, you broke your arm. You didn't go back.
Nope.
I flunked out. I flunked out, so we weren't back, but we still.
We kicked it like we were.
We still kicked it with everybody on weekends. Which is like, you don't even go here. But we were there. Whatever fucking party was, we were in it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that second semester, I think we also clicked on that a little bit, not going back and sort of being outsiders a little bit from that little group that we started with them.
Yeah.
So, and then summer came, and I don't think no one else was really trying to like hang out. I know Corey and Dan were always talking about it.
Yeah, we were talking about it, but I mean,
nothing ever followed through.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like we were trying to kick it, and I was like, I'll fucking come and get you. 3-hour drive there. So a 3-hour drive back. So that's a 6-hour trip.
Yep. Coming to see you, boy.
I can't remember. Did China come out that first time? No.
Not the first time, no.
Because I remember the one time China came out, like, and we
jammed.
We bought, it was a Michael Jackson's Greatest Hits CD and John Mayer and Glee, season 1 of Glee.
Was that the first time?
No, it wasn't. No. Because I remember the first time I went out, it was kind of late.
Oh, yeah.
It was kind of late. It was still dark. I took off. We didn't get back till late.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
we didn't get back there until like 5 a.m.
Yeah. It was, so that was supposed to be like a week. a week type deal.
Tight. Tops. Sorry. A week.
There was something that happened though. It wasn't the fact that like I just didn't have the money now. Something happened.
Because you had got your distro before you came up to get me.
Yeah, but there was something that I had that I'm pretty sure something happened with my car and that I had to pay for it.
Yeah, and
that left me broke.
That did, and we blew through a good chunk of it too. Between drinking and like,
we use the money for essentials only.
Essentials. Good times are essential, okay?
Yeah. The memories are what's essential.
Right.
And so then you end up staying all summer, pretty much.
Like 2 months, dude.
Yeah. You moved in. Your mom was like, nah.
Yeah, nah, because my mom, she's like, nah, you found your way there, you can find your way back.
Yeah, she's like, bro.
We'll talk about my mom a little bit throughout this series, but yeah, my mom, she's a different breed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know, because I remember when I was trying to shower and she kept opening the door trying to mess with me, like joking about getting a peek and shit. Just to mess with you. Just to mess with you.
We could have gone the rest of our lives with never mentioning that ever. I would have been okay with that.
I know you would have.
Because let me tell you the truth. She's done that way too many times for it to be okay.
Be like, all right, mom, it's
adding up. One time. All right, you got me on one. I've had like 4 people she's done that with.
See, now it's the point where if like one of your buddies like, yo, can I shower? You're gonna go, shit. Let me see.
I gotta hold that back.
Like, is mom home?
Mom would be like,
mom's not here.
The shower's broken.
Yeah. You can use the hose out back.
Nah, I don't invite people to my mom's house like that.
Why don't you tell that?
You were the last one I brought to my mama's house. Never again.
That was on my way back from auditions too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, getting off track. So yeah, so that summer you hung home. You met
everyone.
The entire crew that I grew up with, all my hometown friends, really, because of all the
majority of your family. Majority of everyone you hung out with, the nation, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much went everywhere with me.
I did go everywhere with you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Well, there was a couple times where.
Oh, there were a couple times you done snuck out.
I snuck out to go run some errands. And meet up with some.
Run some errands.
Some friendly females.
Some ladies of the hour.
Late night booty calls. It's 2 a.m. Hey, you up? I'm like, I am now. Like, what's up?
Oh, but anyway. Yeah, no, we were everywhere.
Yeah.
I spent so much time with your family that I just felt a part of them at a certain point.
Oh, yeah.
When you just live with someone unannounced, like...
You just live with someone unannounced.
You get to know them because they get mad sometimes. Hey man, wow. you gotta leave for at least a couple of days. All right, man, let me try and hide out.
The funny thing is though, there was like more than one time where you're like, hey, so
when are you going home?
How can I get home? Like, can you take me? Like, I kidnapped you without kidnapping you.
And you were like, yeah, nah, so my check will come in and then we'll get you home. And we ain't get me home.
Yeah, I remember because I think I got a job.
Yeah, because you were working
at
the rec center.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was also.
You ain't get me home for a long time.
Nah.
Until fucking eventually, I think Glenn got on Tammy about it. Like, yo, homeboys gotta go. Like,
I got that vibe, and it wasn't that like he didn't want you.
oh
there.
no, it was
Maybe
yo.
just that, like, there's so many people at the house.
There
Like,
were a lot of people in and out, and yeah, I got it. Like, no, I didn't feel displaced. I was like, yo, I couldn't tell you how many times I've tried to get home already.
I've been trying. You gotta talk to your son.
I talked to him. He said he was gonna bring me home. He ain't bring me. But yeah, nah, we went and drank the other night. We spent some money.
You also got to, because what we bonded on was like our girl troubles too, not just how we grew up and like our family dynamics, but like you got to witness firsthand the shit that I was talking about.
Oh my goodness,
and now, yeah,
dude, I don't like.
we don't have to say names. We don't have to go.
No, I'm not saying that. What I was about to say is, I don't think there's an ex of yours that I really liked.
Nah, dude.
Your choice in women, my guy.
Hot though.
Hey, I ain't gonna hold you.
Whoa.
I ain't gonna say no.
I was gonna say, never mind.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
But
no.
nah, like,
Didn't make I wasn't making the best decisions. I was a glutton for punishment.
Well, I kind of had my incidences while there too. One incident in particular was the graduation party. I think you know which one I'm talking about.
I think you do. Go ahead. Tell that.
Nah. I'm
don't have to go like extremes, but like.
I mean, long story short, all right, there was a family member of yours
that you were clicking with.
I was flirting with.
And it was very obvious that she was clicking with you too.
Yeah. And we're chatting and whatever, and we're by the fire, and then out of nowhere, there was a drunk chick.
The younger sister of whose party it was.
Who out of nowhere, I hadn't had an interaction like with her before.
Yeah.
Starts macking on me.
She just turns to you and just.
Yeah. Like,
she went for it.
She went for it.
She went YOLO before YOLO.
Middle of a conversation. I'm
with that girl, with her right there.
She was there, and it got awkward because she left.
She didn't leave.
Yeah.
And then that was kind of it, right? Wasn't it? I'm pretty sure.
I found her a little bit later and talked to her about it, like as far as it being like super random, but
at least trying to explain the situation, like explain what happened.
Nothing but an uphill battle from there.
Right.
And then that party got shut down. Everyone had to sleep in the house. And then there's just you at 5 o'clock in the morning
making fun of Taylor Lautner's voice from Twilight. Bella.
So many people hated you, dude.
Bella.
Too many people. All right, but
I hurt you, Bella, but I would never do that to you. I would never hurt you, Bella.
Are you just gonna keep going along with it?
I'm just giving them an idea of what I was doing. I was hammered.
It was annoying to say the least.
Pretty sure I was high too.
Oh, we all were.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember sneaking to the car a few times to get a few.
So yeah, that summer kind of solidified everything from there. And here we are, a decade later.
Yes, sir. And then at your wedding.
Yup.
let me. You know what? That brings me back to this. I need to say something about this. The best man speech. Someone played it back to me. Dude, people would not shut the fuck up. People would not stop talking.
No.
It was loud. It's like they weren't even paying attention to anybody.
Oh, they listen to my mom.
I should have just told her, like, come up here and like, can you tell everyone to stop? I'm trying to say something.
You know she would've. She would've.
I do remember, like, I almost did a little, you know how sometimes I get agitated and to try and calm myself down, I go.
I do the same. Oh, I pause, I wait, I'm like.
But it doesn't help. You know what? It's funny, that doesn't help because I'll do that and then I'll lash out. But I almost got to that point where I was about to be like, can you all shut the fuck up? Like, I wanted to go
not what we need.
No. I was like, see, what kept me back was this, it wasn't about me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was like, it's not
I'm glad
about
you did that one day in your life. That's, can't do for you, boy.
Like, don't get mad because these people can't hear you. It's not about you. But yeah, like, I just had to make sure that the people who mattered heard and listened.
They did.
Yeah. Oh, was it? I remember also about the best man speech. I had it written because I know you kept bringing it up to me, like if I was done and whatnot. There's a couple times where I was like, no, I'm not quite done. Still working on it.
Yeah, you pushed it off for quite a while.
Yeah. But I remember I sat down and I got into it and I was writing and like it was one of those things where you get to a certain point and then you like throw it over your shoulder, start over again. Mm-hmm. And I had a lot of it pretty much finished. Yeah, I had it finished. The day, like, then the night of your wedding, when we were back at, not like the night before. No, sorry, let me.
I'm pretty sure I was aware of that.
Yeah. The night before your wedding, sorry. That's when I really finished it because like I actually scrapped. Yeah. I scrapped a lot of actually what I had to begin with. And then I kind of went back with, I mean, you remember the speech. I started off with how we hated each other.
Yeah. That's a fact.
That.
No, that's a fact.
Yeah. I was like, it's funny. We hated each other.
There's
a talked about how we clicked with
love and hate.
Yeah. But yeah. So like that's funny. I use that and to talk about pretty much the best man
friendship and how everything is grown from there. Yeah.
If I have it saved too. It's somewhere upstairs.
That's how I start every time I talk about you. Is I hated this shit at first. Like we hated each other. Oh my goodness, the way we would go back and forth. It was. It was not for the faint of heart.
All right. Well, all right. So let me go back to that. All right. So we don't have to hash back like the entire from beginning to where we are now. But from
that's a decade. There's no way I'm doing that in one episode.
No. So my perspective when we first met, I was slinging jokes left and right, puns, and I think we talked about it before. No, they weren't okay to say. That took me a while to understand that because I grew up as a minority, being Oneida.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a programming growing up thinking it's okay to make those jokes because you're a minority, but it obviously isn't. You know what I mean? So that and where I grew up going to Munnsville and Stockbridge right now, I was sort of a product of that environment as well. Coming in with those jokes, coming in with because there was the only other black people in that area was Timmy, Gabi,
yeah,
Austin, Just those three.
Yeah.
There was Calvin and Alicia, but they moved out too. So like, it wasn't a lot. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I watched a lot of Dave Chappelle too. A lot. Like I watched it religiously.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to admit, like within natives use a lot of jokes, especially like a lot of black jokes. Remember, like,
you guys do. Because my thing is like, man, I'm never opposed to a good roast, man. That's not a problem for me.
But you get
it was the gang mentality that happened.
Yeah.
Cause it wasn't just you. It eventually became your brothers doing the same. Again, we've all changed since then, but I mean, we all started somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I'm never like, cause I come from the same thing where my family does that too. Like that's prominent in the black community because that's how we kind of just get by. We crack jokes about everything, regardless of how serious it is or not. It's just our coping skills. So like, it's the same in native communities. So I understood that, but like, it's like the way you guys look at black people sometimes. I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? Cause yo, some of them jokes were disrespectful.
Yeah. No, they definitely were. I mean, I'm guilty of doing a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, cause I was far too comfortable with saying the N-word.
Mm-hmm.
Far too comfortable. I don't know. Honestly, can't remember, but I feel like I never did had the hard R at the end of it.
They were a couple times.
Was there?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like right now, like I couldn't remember, and I've always tried to like remember that. Like, have I used the hard R before? And it like, then again, like I think about that too. Like, regardless of used the R or not, it's still not something that should be said. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was far too comfortable saying it, and it. Took me a while.
In the respect of Redskins were called it too. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we were called.
But here's the thing is,
Forrest, just for the conversation right now,
are like regular red.
Yeah.
The people don't see you as that, so it's tough for anyone looking from the outside in to our dynamic and seeing that as being okay because of how you look.
Yeah.
I know my sister is mixed, right? Just like you are, where she's got a plethora of other things where it's like, yeah, half of her is straight up black. The other half is a whole mix of what Europe is. And she looks more like you than she does me.
Mm-hmm.
But she can say it as much as she wants because as far as I'm concerned, on her birth certificate, she is a black woman. That's what it says. And you know what? The world still treats her like that regardless. And the world treats you like that regardless. So, I mean, that's a topic for another day, but really it's just our dynamic definitely started off different, and it was hot-headed.
Yeah, that was a big stain of it. And it also didn't help that both of us are stubborn as hell, and we're not okay with any kind of argument not going our way.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah.
Like we can have a conversation, we can argue with people, but like if it's something serious and like we know for sure that we're right and they're still not given any kind of way to it, it sets us off.
Fit right. It doesn't fit right. So you have to keep going. I've changed from that a little bit, where after a certain point when I recognize, all right, you're not really trying to be open, then the conversation is null and void. It has no use anymore. Because you're not going to retain anything that I'm saying. You're not really trying to hear me like I'm trying to hear you and have this conversation. A lot of people just stop at that, no, I have to get my answer out and you need to believe me. And I did that for the longest time. And I still sometimes do, because how much I have paid attention to the facts of the matter.
Yeah.
Someone who's blatantly done the opposite, and they've ignored. But even then, after a certain point, it's like they don't want to hear it, and I'm wasting my breath.
Yeah, so you're just beating a dead drum.
You pick and choose your battles.
Yeah. So on top of it, so there was that natural stubbornness.
Yep.
And I always have to have the last word, so I'll just keep talking, and keep talking.
Even when you're wrong.
Even when I'm wrong, I don't know when to shut up sometimes. Didn't know when to shut up sometimes. Like you said, we've grown.
Yep.
But at that time.
Yep.
So at that time, I didn't know when to shut up. I just kept going. Because the madder I got, or the more annoyed I got, it just made it worse. And I couldn't.
It became a driving force.
Yeah. For no reason. You know what I mean? Like, there really was no reason. Like, where are you trying to go with this at this point? It's just escalating.
Now we know where we got to have our cutoff point. But that kind of leads into what we'll be discussing throughout, the podcast, towards the end of the day, is kind of how the world as we see it, affects us, and just kind of our views, and making sure some extra information about our particular minority sex gets out there. But we also just want to relax at the end of the day and tell a couple jokes and drink some nice tea.
Yeah, I'll have to have the tea on hand next time.
Today in particular, I have bourbon.
Yeah.
It's tea colored. I went with the theme.
It's got that auburn color.
It's delicious.
Like Charlie's whining to be let out. That his name. Did you hear that clunk?
I did.
Yeah, it's my 155-pound lad.
He should not be that big.
He's healthy. He's big for no reason.
155 pounds?
He probably lost some weight. I'll be honest, he has probably lost some weight since then, because it was after he got fixed where he put on that weight.
Oh yeah, no, he was really big at that time.
Yeah.
I've seen him go through highs and lows, in the times that I've seen you. Like when he was at the farm that one time, he wasn't too bad. He was thick, but he wasn't too bad. And then when I saw him at your place last time, he was big. He was a pretty big boy.
Yeah.
And I've seen him in pictures recently where he's more slimmed down.
Yeah, I've been trying to get him out more. I think because last time we talked, you were saying you got to make time.
You got to make time.
I do. I know. I admittedly, will say that I kind of lost a little bit of. I mean, I still took care of him. I still played with him. I still loved him. But as far as making sure he was active and making sure he had some kind of physical routine to keep going, keep ticking. I took a step back from that, especially having kids, doing the school full time, trying to do the whole family thing. You forget about your dog a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. But I've gotten a lot better with it now.
I'm guilty of it, and I worked at a vet hospital. I know better. But hey, sometimes you get caught up in life, and you just try and get right back on the right path.
Right, because unfortunately, it's kind of like it's like you finally get a moment to relax, and you sit down. And you're like, I gotta take him out for a walk, man. Or I gotta get him outside and play. I gotta get him moving. It's just another thing you have to do. Like, that was not always the mindset, but that was one of them. Like, where like I just don't want to do anything right now. Like,
yeah. And
the free time that I do have, I don't want to have to do anything. But like, now that I do it, now that I'm doing it again, because I did it all the time before I had a family. It's almost recreational because it's your dog. You know what I mean? That's my boy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not it's obviously still a responsibility, but it doesn't feel like a responsibility now. Now it just feels like it's a recreational thing to do. I'm going to hang out with my buddy.
It's more fluid.
Yeah, and when I get to do it, aside from when I have to tell him to come back if he gets a little too excited when he sees somebody, I mean, it's recreational. It's a good time. It's relaxing. I'm not hearing baby cries. I'm not being snapped at. It's our time, and it's a good time. Go for a walk.
Yeah, no, I've been getting the dogs out a lot more, especially throughout the day since I'm home on my whatever medical leave type situation that I'm on. It's definitely one of those things where I noticed after I had, started being home more that they truly miss, seeing someone throughout the day, where it's like they are more affectionate really than they have been in quite some time, because they know that attention's there and they know I'm going to give it to them, and I feel like I had been neglectful. Mm-hmm. So I've made it my duty to get them out more, especially before winter comes, where I know, I have two small, medium dogs where, being out in the cold for super long just doesn't work, and exercise out there doesn't work, and taking those extra walks is difficult. But making sure I'm getting that extra time in now, and then making sure that I'm, getting them interactive toys for while they're in the house. I got them, more of an interactive eating bowl. So, they have to go a little bit slower. It's more of a puzzle type situation. So their mind has to work and find the different grooves to, get into it. And then tug of war, of course, to keep them physically active and things like that, chasing around the house. It's just something I realized after, being in the job force for this amount of time, that it's like, yeah, I've been neglectful, because at the end of the day, I'm just tired from being at work, and I wake up early the next day to get right back to it. So I'm not spending that good quality time like they need.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. It's like being in a relationship. You go through peaks and valleys.
Yeah. It really is. That's crazy. But I mean, they become your family members, and you just gotta remember that.
Yeah. So, we were supposed to wrap this up.
We'll try to have things a little bit more organized.
Yeah, this is the first one.
We had to give a backstory on just kind of our dynamic and who we are and who you're gonna learn more about as things come up and as time goes by.
Yeah, we'll get into more detail about ourselves as we go on.
So, we'll talk about what's going on in the world and how it affects us and how it's affecting other people. And again, tea.
We'll spill a little tea, maybe. That was not.
A little tea.
And also, doing a quick plug-in for another podcast we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Blunt Medicine. It's me, Jovan, my two brothers, Dakota and Denver. Every now and then, our buddy Brandon, he'll jump on as well. And I think that one will be just us. That'll be the four of us on top of Brandon coming in every now and then. Mm-hmm. And I believe Denver said he's going to be kind of also every now and then as well. But here also, I wanted to say that we also are going to be interviewing some people for our specific podcast on this one here. So we'll have. I think we should have a special guest the next podcast. We can, and
someone we wanted to talk to from the very beginning was your mom, as far as what she does and kind of how she's been a lifelong learner, and given her backstory and how she continues to help in the Native community.
Yeah.
So we'll try and have Tammy on for the next episode, and we will see you guys next time from there.
Yep.
Have a good evening, everyone.
If you're bored, Blunt Medicine would probably be a lot funnier.